NFL on EA Sports. We've got a good one on tap today, and there's going to be two quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's the Jets going up against the Dolphins. With that, let's go down to Miami. Standing by, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Okay, Larry, Charles and I, we have brought our talents to South Beach, or at least in the neighborhood of South Beach, as we are in beautiful Miami, Florida. Today, we've got an AFC East matchup between the New York Jets and the Miami Dolphins. Hi again, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Guyton. And you know, Charles, as Larry pointed out in the open, got a couple of great quarterbacks set to square off here this afternoon. That ball's probably going to be flying all over the place, isn't it?
Oh, without a doubt. And the game has never been more quarterback-centric than it is now. And both of these teams have top-flight signal callers.
There's Nick Folk ready to put this one in the air. And we are underway from Miami. Here's Jarvis Landry now on the return. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
Here come the Miami Dolphins. They got the win in Week 7 over Buffalo, and Ryan Tannehill in that game was 15-25, right over 200 yards passing and a touchdown. But he's kind of taken a back seat to the story of Jay Ajayi, hasn't he?
He certainly has, and he's happy to do so because there's been so much pressure on Ryan Tannehill to lead this team and be the face of it that when he can turn around and hand it to Ajayi, back-to-back games of over 200 yards running the football, it makes him a better quarterback.
Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. So a good spin move, but not a whole lot to show after as he's taken down. The Pro Bowler, Muhammad Wilkerson, brings him down. And on your screen, the offensive starters, Jarvis Landry, a guy that we profile.
Love his game. Not only is he going to beat you with athleticism, he's going to outwork you as well. And look for him to hurt you also in the kick return game.
Now it's 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. So not much to speak of scoring-wise in this first quarter of play. 0-0 our score, and we'll be back to South Florida after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Head & Shoulders. Shoulders were made for greatness, not dandruff.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Guyton. Second quarter begins with the Dolphins in possession of the football. They'll need to convert a 3rd and 7, though, to start things out. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And he'll slide down. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. And here's the all-rookie punter from 2015, Matt Darr, on now to punt it away. this is picked up by the Dolphins. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we draw up. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. Tannehill on first down. He's got time in the pocket. And incomplete to open things up. He was trying to get it to Jay Ajayi there out of the backfield. And now it's second down.
How many times when we see an incomplete pass, we just look at the receiver and say, should have caught that when that was a drop, and we just put it on the offense? How about a little credit for the defense there? They just forced an incompletion.
Yeah, especially after starting in a tough spot defensively, but a good start there on first down.
They'll give them a little extra confidence there, starting, as you said, in a tough spot and being able to make a play on first down.
He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time. And that takes us from second to third down. Ten yards to go on third.
Watch left, watch left. Tight end to the left, tight end left. 3
From the gun, here's Tannehill. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's fourth down.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And Frank's kick is good. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead. So they kick it through to take the lead. There is a little bit of time left, though, here in the second quarter.
And while they're concerned about not giving up a big return or giving up points themselves going into the half, how good do they feel, though, putting points on the board themselves right near the end of the first half?
Now it's Franks following the made field goal to send it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The drive begins with a run by Forte. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Forte coming off his 26th career 100-yard game in Week 7. Second as a member of the Jets. In fact, he had an even 100 yards on 30 carries.
So whatever happened to that stat about once a running back hits 30, the production starts to decline?
He doesn't care about that stat.
Yeah, he's not just aging gracefully. He's aging angrily and putting up big-time production.
Also added 54 yards and a touchdown in the passing game. So we are at halftime here on Halloween as we send you up to Orlando. And with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Larry Ridley.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. Both the Dolphins and the Jets are having some issues finding a way into the end zone. They'll both look to improve their play on offense and pick up some touchdowns in the second half. So here we go. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Dolphins offense now later on the drive. Tannehill is going to cruise off the right side. He takes off but only picks up 5 yards on this run. Frank's going to boot it away. Smith's the one on the return, and he'll end up at their own 25-yard line before being tackled. So that's it for us at the EA Sports Studio. We'll go back now to Miami for the start of the second half.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. And New York set to take the field. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They start the second half with a run by Forte. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On second down, Forte across the 30 to the 31-yard line. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we play 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. He's back to throw. And Marshall's got it. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Back to throw. Right back for Marshall. This time it's complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. They'll get 23 yards there. And it's first down, New York. Back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They are excited about where they are in this game.
The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. Well, they've kind of got a situation here. Still 3 timeouts defensively, so maybe you try to run a play.
And if you do it as safe as possible. And I think maybe even quarterback sneak. take care of the football, and make sure that clock starts to run before they call the timeout.
We'll see what they do. There's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They run again with Ajayi. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Now the Jets are going to burn another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. Third down and 8 now. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. Here's Matt Darr now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This will be fielded at the 17. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48, and a return of 8. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. Three receivers to the left, one to the right. One last shot now for Fitzpatrick. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Miami, so long, everybody.